everyone, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to be bringing to you a delicious fall dessert, my apple loukoumades. Now my loukoumades are pretty popular on this channel. The recipe I will link in the card section up above, and you should go check it out if you haven't. It's a heavenly dessert that's so popular. But today we're going to make it a little bit different. We're going to go over the ingredients and then we're going to get started. So in my pot over here I have some oil heating up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Use any flavorless vegetable oil that you can find. I have some yeast, ground cinnamon, a little bit of cornstarch. In here I have some all-purpose flour, some salt, a little bit of sugar, and some ground cinnamon. A little bit of whole milk with some warm water and vanilla extract. And of course, a Granny Smith apple, but you can use any apples that you like. Gala apples go beautifully in this. So anytime we're working with yeast, you want to make sure that the yeast is activated, and we're going to create a starter. So we're going to add our water and our milk, which are both at room temperature. And then we're going to add a teaspoonful of active dry yeast. And then to this, I'm just going to get a little pinch of sugar, maybe like half a teaspoon, and like another teaspoon of all-purpose flour from the back over there. The reason I do that is it feeds the yeast and it helps it activate much quicker. You don't want to skip this step because sometimes you'll have a batch of yeast that has gone bad, and then these loukoumades won't activate and they won't be nice and fluffy the way they should be. So you'll know it's ready once it forms a nice cloud on top. So I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar and flour to this. So I've added the little pinch of sugar and of flour, and then I'm just going to set this aside, and it takes about 5 minutes for you to see it activated. You'll see a nice cloud on top, but I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. And then we're just going to mix the dry ingredients together. I'm going to add the cornstarch. Perfect. Now while I'm waiting, I'm just going to peel this apple and chop it up. So I'm going to continue chopping up these apples really small and bite-sized because they're only going to fry in the oil for a couple minutes, maybe between 2 to 4 minutes until they're golden actually all around. So you want the apples to cook through as well. So you want to chop them up really, really nice and small, but not so small that they melt in the donut. Just like that. These donuts are going to be delicious. Loukoumades are actually one of my favorite, all-time favorite Greek desserts. I mean, they're a dessert that you really have like once or twice a year because, I mean, they're fried and then they're dunked in a honey syrup. So, you know, saying that they're rich is an understatement, but they're so good. And I used to have them anytime there was a carnival or a Greek festival. We would always make sure we'd even bring some home. But the apples are ready, and now we're just going to wait for the yeast to be activated. Then we're going to put it all together. So my yeast is activated. Now I'm going to add all of the dry ingredients along with the teaspoon of vanilla extract to add that really beautiful aroma. And I'm just going to mix all of this up until everything comes together and is really nice and smooth and all the lumps go away. Kind of like when you're making pancake batter. See that? Once all of the big lumps disappear, then your loukoumades batter is ready. We're just going to cover this. Now you can cover it with a plate or with plastic wrap, whatever your heart desires. Just leave it aside and for an hour and it'll be ready. So my oil has come to temperature 2. You want it to be 375 degrees. I had another batch ready so that way the video can move a little faster. And now I'm just going to add my apple chunks to the batter, just like that. We're using apples here, but you can definitely feel free to use some chopped up pears, and maybe along with the vanilla extract, if you were to add maybe a half a teaspoon of almond extract, that would just be fantastic because pear and almond is such a fabulous combination. They go together so well. Now you're going to want to have a little assembly line ready. Okay, so you're going to want to have obviously the oil where you're going to be frying it, a plate lined with paper towels to drain the excess oil from the loukoumades when they're ready, and then to the powdered sugar, which these are going to get dunked in afterwards, you're going to add a liberal amount of cinnamon. Now it's completely up to you how much cinnamon you want to put in there. I go heavy on the cinnamon because it is one of my favorite flavors along with vanilla. Cinnamon and vanilla are my absolute favorites. And I have some leftover powdered sugar and cinnamon from yesterday because I was testing these another time just to make sure that they were perfect for you guys. Whisk it all up, just like that. Really simple, a super, super simple topping as a matter of fact. It works on any other donut. Put a little more cinnamon if you're like me. And you're just gonna wanna set it aside next to the plate. Just like that, we have our little assembly line ready. I like to use a mini ice cream scoop to scoop out my Loukoumades. I feel like it makes it much safer. Now, 375 degrees is the perfect temperature to fry any kind of donut, really. So now we're gonna put in little scoops at a time. This one is holding a little apple, so we'll get another scoop. We can do maybe 5 or 6 fritters at a time. 5 or 6 Loukoumades. You don't want to overcrowd the pan because then the temperature drops and they'll get soggy instead of nice and crisp and all the way cooked through. And we're just going to cook these through until they're golden all around. So after about a minute, we're going to just flip them over. So that way they can cook evenly on both sides. And it's really handy to have one of these spider spatulas. I think that's what they're called. But this thing helps you flip it over quickly, easily, and also helps you drain out the excess oil. So it's worth buying one of these. So they go from oil to paper towel. You drain a little bit of the oil, and while they're still warm, you want to put them in this powdered sugar and cinnamon mixture so they can absorb the sweetness and the flavor from the sugar and the cinnamon, and then they're going to be super duper delicious. If you can handle it, go ahead and with your fingers and just roll them all around with your hands. And these come together really, really quick. I recommend that if you're making these for a crowd, you do this last minute, so you don't, right before you serve them actually. This is not something you want to make ahead of time. You can make the batter ahead of time and keep it in your refrigerator and then take it out on the counter so it can kind of come to room temperature before you fry these. They take just a little bit of time, as you see. Literally 3 or 4 minutes is all it takes for these to fry and just be golden and delicious. And I don't need to tell you that you can serve these on top of ice cream. I'm sure that you've already thought of it, but if you haven't, there you go. Here's another recommendation. So the last batch is coming out of the powdered sugar and they smell fantastic. Now, if you're wondering what I have in the back on the stovetop boiling away, maybe you could see the steam coming up. Anytime I fry something in the house, I just hate the smell of like oil in the house that lingers. So I've discovered that you can boil coffee in the back. My sister-in-law actually told me that. Boil coffee in the back, and I put in some old oranges that I had that were about to actually go bad. I think they did go bad. You know when oranges get really hard? Well, I just stuffed those in there. You can also put some cinnamon sticks, and then your house smells fabulous. I also like to boil mint. Mint smells really, really good. So whatever you have, like anything that's aromatic and nice, go ahead and boil that, and it gets rid of that yucky frying smell. But back to these, take a look at how gorgeous these look. My Greek style apple donuts or apple fritters. I cannot stand it anymore. I'm gonna go in and take one and taste one. Right here, still kind of crispy and hot. Oh. The apples perfumed it, and so did the cinnamon. The apples are still a little bit firm, which is just the way I like them. If you want them to be a little bit smaller, that's fine too. I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a cup of tea and enjoy a couple of these. If you have some ice cream laying around and you're making these today, you could literally make these in like an hour and a half from start to finish. They'll be ready. Scoop up a little bit of ice cream, put some on top, and enjoy them. Or serve them at tea time, have some friends over. But I want to say hello to my friends down in Mexico that watch the show, Israel and Sandra. Thank you so much for sharing your pictures with me on Facebook. You guys can all share your pictures of your recreations of my recipes on my Facebook page, Dimitra's Dishes. The recipe for this and so many more is going to be on the website, www.dimitrasdishes.com. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you have another recipe in mind that you'd like me to teach you how to make, post it in the comment section, thumbs up, and thank you guys for spending time with me today. I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.